Hi, this is Karen Robertson with Digital Kids Author. Welcome to Book App Academy. We're going to go on a little tour. Book App Academy is your how-to course for turning books into book apps. The course is broken up into 8 modules, and you can find those over here on the left. There's context, the dream system, your brief, your assets, finding a developer, the numbers, the legals, managing a project, resources, app examples, and bonuses. First though, we've got the Getting Started page, and on this page you'll be able to scroll down and find everything that's in each module. Now the important thing to know about Book App Academy, let's come over to Module 1, which is Context, is that each module has a list of the lessons that are in it up at the top. Then there's an introduction video from me, followed by the lessons, and each lesson is presented as a video tutorial, and then beneath that you can download the video, and you can also download the audio file and the PDF. So Module 1 I've called Context, and it really sets the stage for why the book app format is such a great opportunity, and it gives you an overview of the background information that helps you make decisions. Module 1.1 is called the Dream System, that takes you through step by step how you create a book app in a very memorable way. So in Module 1.1 we cover things like the Dream System itself and determining your objectives and the book app production process overview. Module 2 is all about planning and creating what your book app is going to be. So in this module we don't worry about where you're going to go find things. This is all about planning and creativity. So let's go down and have a look. There's an introductory video from me, and then there's a video about how to create your brief and assess your story. And I give you an example of what I did with Treasure Kai with the structure of how the app worked. I created a little video to help my developer understand how the app worked. So it gives you an idea of one of the types of things that you can do when you're explaining your project to somebody. Then there's a tutorial on text layout and text highlighting, showing you a lot of examples so you can quickly decide what it is you like and what you don't. There's a tutorial on narration and sound effects. And then I've got a live demo video that takes you through a number of different apps and shows you how they use sound. There's a tutorial on music, and there's a lesson on music with lyrics as well. The lesson on animation gives you a lot of examples on how animation can be used in an app. And then there are 3 tutorials on interactivity. There's interactivity that brings the reader into the story. So there's a tutorial plus a demo reel. And then there's a lesson on interactivity that's relevant to the narrative. Again, a tutorial and a demo reel. And then there's a tutorial on bonus content that's included within your app, and this includes a number of examples as well. There's a whole lesson on usability and navigation and how users can actually use your app, and you get lots and lots of ideas by looking at apps here on what you want your app to do. Finally, I've done a tour of the Digital Storytime website. One of the best things you can do when you're creating an app is make sure that you're familiar with other apps and how they work so you can decide what's right for yours. Digital Storytime, being the review site for digital book apps, is a fantastic resource for you. So now let's pop over to Module 3. Once you plan what your app's going to be in Module 2 and you create your brief, you'll then want to know how do you go find the things that you need that are going to go in your app, things like illustrations and narration. So Module 3 is all about finding your assets. How do you collect these things? So again, we've got an introductory video, and then we've got a tutorial on editing your story, narration, and in the narration lesson I include a video tutorial showing you how I posted a job on Voices 123 when we were looking for a narrator for Zach the Yak with books on his back. And then I made a video of listening to some of the auditions as well, so you can see just how easy this process is. It's a tutorial on illustrations, and there's a PDF here showing the brief that we put together when we were looking for an illustrator to draw some layers for us for the Zach the Yak book app. There's a tutorial on how to find sound effects and one for music. Module 4 is all about finding a developer, and I'm really excited about this module because there's so much in it. Again, I have an introductory video, And then what I do is I take you through the key decisions that you're going to need to make that will help you work out what kind of developer is going to be right for you. And to make sure you understand some of these decisions well, what I've done is done individual video tutorials for some of those key decisions. Things like working with an individual versus a company, how you handle bugs and updates and customer service. And then what I've done is I've created 3 videos where I show you examples from other authors, and you can see what types of developers they've used for different types of projects, and this will really give you a good idea of what might be right for you. We look at apps that are developed with do-it-yourself developer tools, specialist done-for-you book app services, book apps that required custom development work, and then book apps that were created working with developers who are personal contacts of the author. Then we talk about how to determine your shortlist and how to brief these developers so that they can give you an accurate quote on your job. I've got a copy of the ebook, How to Choose a Book App Developer, questions that you can ask developers when you're interviewing, and the developer criteria checklist. Module 5 is all about the numbers. So again, we'll be looking at objectives here and talking about how to budget, remuneration models, and sales figures. Module 6 is a really important section, and it's something that a lot of people overlook, and that is the legals. So what we cover here are things like contracts and releases, and also privacy and FTC best practice. Module 7 is all about project management and how you manage your project internally and with your developer from start to market. So that's a quick look at the 8 different modules. Now let's have a quick look at the resources. So there are a number of app-related resources here for you to have a look at. And then let's look at app examples. I really love this page because in all these tutorials I talk about scores of apps. And to make things easy for you to download, I've just put them all on a page for you right here. And then we've got the bonuses that I'll be posting here. Things like the Q&A calls and information about accessing the Facebook group and that sort of thing. So I hope that gives you an idea of just how in-depth Book App Academy is, and you can see that it covers everything you need to know about turning your book into a book app. Thanks for listening.